I would've wanted you to care, but can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
Look, I do care, but I don't care. My phone is always on me, but I'm not there. Notified, but it always coincides with something that overrides. On the grind over time, nobody gets no reply. That's bona fide, no disrespect. Screen's always lighting up like a cigarette. I save my writing for the symphonette. Here's the thing.
It wasn't my fault. You're not my problem.
Look,
But you got issues.
hey.
Don't call me.
You said I should've texted you more often. If I would've wanted you to care, but can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
Why do you think this is? What you say doesn't match up with how you're leaving me on red and how you never pick up the number of the telegrams on your phone. So you got a pretty high Candy Crush score. Boy, you're wasting your time. But let me tell you, babe, it wasn't my fault. You're not my problem. Boy, you got issues. Don't call me.
You said I should've texted you more often. If I would've wanted you to care, but can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care? And you say I should've texted.
Don't hold out for a text that you'll never get. Are you bitter yet, or is it jealousy? Fundamentally, there's nothing you could thread to top my lethargy. A message in a bottle, and that bottle in an ocean, and that ocean is no metaphor for my devotion, but I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy.
And you say I should've texted you more often. If I would've wanted you to care, but can't you see that I have been busy trying to pretend that I don't care?
Phone is always on me.
What's up? What's up? What's up, people? How you doing? Welcome to another stream. Thanks for being here, people. We're gonna get into some Daniel or Larson stuff. Let me post up that some Daniel Larson content. All right. So here we go. I'm telling people I'm live. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button as soon as you get in. We're going to take a look at the old Chicago incident. It's an incident not that long ago and went down in infamy. So let's take a look at that. Let me share this. Let me do that. What's up? And then do this. And here we go. All right, so let me share my screen. Let's play this, courtesy of the Larsonian Institute. The old Chicago incident was actually over a couple hours of live streams, him going back and forth. I do remember this. Pretty weird, pretty out there. What can I say? It's Daniel Larson. Currently, Daniel Larson, as I've said before, he is out of jail. He is currently going off on Bob, as he usually does. Just typical stuff. Yeah, he talks about Bob. He talks about Bob. He talks about Bob. He wants help from Bob. He wants to unalive Bob. then he pleads to Bob that Bob is no longer helping him. So a lot of back and forth stuff happens with him. Um, but let's go through this. Like I've said, this was one of the most horrible ones ever. He did talk about getting his case resolved because we did watch the last time the Olive Garden incident. The false reporting part of the Olive Garden incident. The false reporting was him pulling the alarm. So when he pulled the alarm, fire alarm, that was actually false reporting because there wasn't a fire or any emergency at all, right? So he got that resolved with the courts, and his probation officer, well, he said his probation officer was okay, was good, was happy about that, but he still has a lot of other problems. You think he should stay in jail? I think jail would be better for him because the trolls are going wild with this whole thing here, and it's never good when the trolls go wild. Let's go.
Okay. Check. Check.
All right. So if you don't know
Okay.
much about this, don't worry, it'll be explained soon.
Check. Can you guys hear me? Check. Okay. So, okay. I've talked to the previous manager of the location I am at, the day manager, and I got my meal for free. And Rick from LBI Entertainment also called in and talked.
What's up,
Also,
everybody
there is
coming
no
in?
no spamming the comment section. There is no spamming in the comment section. Okay. Bob passed away last night.
That's not true. But the trolls told
Bob
him
had
that.
cardiac arrest.
So sad that they do that to him. Just make stuff up like that. Bob is alive and well, everybody. Well, for now, I guess, because it's actually sad in itself. If you don't know, Bob Proctor has cancer, so he is battling cancer. Anything can happen at any time because cancer is something, an illness that I would never wish upon anybody because it takes so many people's lives, young and old. And Bob's currently battling cancer, and then he has to deal with Daniel Larson all at the same time. So at this point in time, the trolls, I believe it was management, was telling Daniel Larson that Bob Proctor had passed away, but that was not actually true.
Okay, so Tina wants apology, Danny, or Tina wants an apology, Daniel. Okay. What does Tina want me to apologize for? Oh yeah. So apparently Tina got arrested yesterday along with Grace. So apparently they're blaming it on me for I'm not quite sure the entire story, but I do know that they were arrested. So
That's
I
not
think
true.
there might have been a
He's talking about Tina Vanderwall and Grace Vanderwall. They were not arrested. That's another lie that trolls have put into the mix to cause some sort of chaos when it comes to Daniel Larson in his life. So, as a reminder, this is the December the 11th incident, the old Chicago incident, which is as bad as the Olive Garden incident, if I'm supposed to say so myself. So remember, Olive Garden incident happened December the 10th. The literal next day, he had another incident, which is the old Chicago incident. This one.
communication. But what I will say is if anything did malfunction yesterday or get messed up, I am extremely sorry about that. Let me see here. Me and Tina want an apology for your lack of urgency. You are breaking company rules.
Very strange. It
I'm
is very
breaking company
strange.
rules. I've never seen a contract.
He believes people after he has some sort of, I don't know, trust in them. So people will literally take hours of their day every single day to build trust with Daniel. And once they've built trust with Daniel, they'll operate as either a friend, a manager, or just somebody that he confides in. And by way of that, they'll start talking about people that he might like or doesn't like, such as Tina Vanderwall, Grace Vanderwall, Bob Proctor, Dylan Clark, IBA Entertainment, all sorts of stuff goes on with the trolls. But pretty much a lot of these incidents are troll led and troll fluid. Fueled, I should say, not fluid, but troll fueled. Thank you, American Girl.
Well, I actually did, but that was like over a year and a half ago. So I did. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second.
Look at those
What?
nails. That man needs to cut his nails. They are way too long. Look at those. Look at those right there. Do you see that? Like right here. Look at his nails. At least he it seems to keep them pretty clean.
Give me 1 second. What company rules did I break? That would be useful to know. I'm waiting for them to message me so I know what exactly I need to do.
Yeah, his nails are long. All right, since he has music playing, I'm just gonna skip ahead for a second here.
I no longer have CASHAPP.
Yeah, so pretty much what's happening is that management is trying to create another incident because they're high off yesterday's incident, which was Olive Garden. So they're trying to set him up for something. The whole Grace and Tina Vanderwall situation is gonna come to a head. He's talking to people on the phone. He keeps talking to people on the phone. There's a point in time where he starts going up to people and starts saying things. Let's go there, because this is when things start to get really bad.
I am friends with Playboy Cardi. He's actually asked me to do a collaboration with him.
Yikes.
Morgan Wallen as
He is not friends with Playboy Cardi. If you know who Playboy Cardi is, he's an American rapper and singer. Okay, real name Jordan Terrell Carter, aka Playboy Cardi. He has actually Playboy Cardi's contributed to the progression of rage and trap music. Like I actually use a lot of Playboy Cardi inspired beats. So if you listen to my Daniel Larson stuff, the background music that you hear is actually very Playboy Cardi inspired. So typically I'll like look up Playboy Cardi beats or something like that, and ask for permission to use the beats, and then once I get the permission, I use them.
well.
But to think he's friends with Playboy Cardi, that is just way too much. I actually
Because I
do.
work for LBI Entertainment, I get
I actually do Pierreborn beats as well. Don't worry if you don't know who Pierreborn is. Pierreborn and Playboy Cardi do collab quite a bit.
like a free sponsorship at this chain. Old Chicago, I get like free sponsorships apparently, or I get like free meals.
He's not gonna get a free meal. That is a trap that he's fallen into. In and around this time, Daniel Larson was kept on getting banned from different places. On the 16th of December, he got trespassed from IHOP after not being able to pay his bill. So what the trolls were doing in and around this time last year was telling him that either Grace and Tina Vanderwall were going to pay for his meals, or it's complimentary because he has some sort of like distribution or management deal, record deal with Old Chicago or whichever place he's at. It was really actually messed up to do that, because you can get somebody in a lot of trouble, especially somebody that does have mental processing issues, allegedly has autism. I actually haven't confirmed that, but I will say that. Really messed up for them to put a homeless guy in a position where he's going to eat a meal, then there's an expectation for him to pay, then he can't pay, and then this is what happens.
Those are okay.
Figure it out?
Yeah. So, sorry about that. It was like a location issue.
Oh, is that a different one?
Yeah. Well, so I am a trainee for LBI Entertainment and Columbia Records.
Okay.
I am dating a singer-songwriter called Grace Vanderwall.
Okay.
So it's kind of a new thing to me. So I am actually, I'm told that LBI Entertainment and Columbia Records has a sponsorship with Old Chicago
Okay.
itself, okay, where they get free meals for their employees.
Wow.
I was told to film for proof that I'm here, and the previous manager of the day shift knows who I am as well. I'm friends with,
Okay.
and told me that they did cover the bill. I need to make sure, because they said that they were going to notify the night shift as well.
Okay. I'll go check with them, okay?
Perfect, thank you.
Oh boy. Poor waitress wanting the meal to be paid for, and it's not going to be paid for. Why? Because management is setting a person up who has no business being where they are for failure. It's actually it's kind of gross, really, to do this to him. Yeah, this is sad, because anybody could tell who's reasonable and of sound mind can tell, like, this is a complete setup. This is bullshit. No, Old Chicago doesn't have any deal with your management company, doesn't know well, maybe they do know Grace and Tina Vanderwall, but I'm just saying, like, exactly, she doesn't believe it. That waitress is fed up because he's actually been here for quite a while after eating, and what he's been doing is he's been on the phone texting and messaging people, talking about who's going to pay for this meal, and nobody's going to pay for the meal because the trolls set him up.
Okay.
A poor waitress, because when situations like this happen, it's just bad all around. Real bad.
Okay. Okay. Okay, and once again, do stop. Chat needs to stop calling me Danny.
Call him Danderson.
Okay, and once again, do stop. Okay,
Chat
so
needs to
apparently,
stop
calling me
See,
Danny.
actually, you know what's happening with this? Call him Danderson. You know what's actually happened with this? Tina Vanderwall actually addressed Daniel Larson because the the situation was getting really bad. So she actually addressed him and said to like pretty much leave her family alone. You still have time to bail? You mean like he dine and dash? She's actually done that a few times. Not gonna lie, he's actually dined and dashed before. There's been multiple incidents of him not being able to pay, and he just takes off.
As well, it was the interns for the company that got the location mixed up. And they told Rick, so the interns got it mixed up.
Right.
Okay. Also, my name is not Danny Brown. My name is Daniel. Once again, there's no slandering in the group chat. Okay. Okay.
All right, let me go forward a little bit. He's still trying to figure out who the hell's gonna pay for his meal. Let's see what happens when they come back to confront him once more.
I'm gonna stay.
Actually, let me go back a little bit. Here we go. He looks very stinky. He barely actually showers, if we're gonna be honest. I think maybe every couple of weeks, if that, he'll take a shower, even though he's in like hotel rooms and motel rooms.
I'm just saying, I would recommend you leave just because the cops are coming. If you want to stay there.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay. All right. Well.
Because I was told by my manager.
Your manager?
Yes.
Who's your manager?
The CEO of Columbia Records, which is Rob Stringer, and then also LBI Entertainment, which is Rick Yorn.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know if you come back again, I'll physically remove you from this restaurant.
You're not allowed to put. You're not.
The CEO of Columbia Records is Ron Perry, by the way. Ron Perry. Let's hear this again. So pretty much they've given him the choice to get the hell out of there before the cops show up. But he's gonna stay.
Of Columbia Records, which is Rob Stringer, and then also LBI Entertainment, which is Rick Yorn.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know if you come back again, I'll physically remove you from this restaurant.
You're not allowed to put. You're not allowed to put hands on me.
Okay, well, just
I'm not. Nobody's gonna go to jail on me.
And you're not like, if I didn't want you recording me, you're not legally allowed to record me, so I know you're recording.
Right, but as a company policy, and, okay, I don't want you filming me then.
Well, you're there. It doesn't even matter. You're on our channel now.
Okay, well, you guys just, you see what I mean? Do you guys see what I mean, though?
No, I don't. We don't.
I was told by the CEO of another company that I work for.
That you can stay inside of a different company that you don't work for. You are retarded.
Wow, that's rude.
Okay, I don't care. Freedom of speech.
That is true.
Uh-oh. It's the line
But
cook.
it is very, very rude for you to say that.
My boss is over there if you'd like to talk to him.
Well, I did talk to him.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you guys think this is a funny joke. I'm in training, so I was told by the CEO of both companies to go live on the media for proof. Okay. And they're friends with this location. They're under sponsorship, and to say thank you for everything that they're doing and the free meal because of the sponsorship. They've already verified that.
Wow. That was what
Now
he
you
was
guys want to
on.
harass me, and we've already verified because the meal's free.
If you're trying to cause some harassing you, you'll be scared of jail. So that's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, you could trespass me all you want. I'm doing nothing wrong.
Okay, well, you'll be trespassing the police then.
Then I will trespass you from all of the Vanderwalls and Columbia Records and all their performances then.
What?
And we will never come back to this location, and we'll give this a 1-star review.
Good, give it a 1-star review.
You made a charcuterie board? Nice, Bourgeois. I'm on my way over.
It's not my restaurant. I don't give a fuck.
You guys just want to be hateful, and
You mean the hairdo on the bottom right-hand corner, or your screen, or the line cook's hairdo? Because I'm kind of digging the line cook's hairdo. It's kind of cool with the baseball cap backwards. The reverse mohawk that you see on Danielle Larson at the bottom right-hand corner was an incident that happened, I believe, last year's summertime. A group of trolls, fan stands came together and gave him a literal reverse mohawk that he actually wore to a few of his court dates. So far his hair's grown back, but the reverse mohawk was a thing. Maybe we'll go over that another time.
like I said, I'm in training, and this is only my 3rd day.
I'm not listening to anything you say, bro. I'm just famous.
I'm just trying to give you guys compliments and say thank you for the sponsorship. And it's my legal right. And as far as company policy goes, we have to physically record for our own protection.
That ain't it. The reason they have him record these things is so that they can laugh and gloat at their trolling accomplishments. That they've actually set up Danielle Larson to tell people at this old Chicago restaurant that Columbia Records has a sponsorship and they're going to be paying with it along with Tina and Grace Vanderwaal. Like, that is just some ish right there. But yep, him recording is definitely reinforced by management and the trolls so that they have a record of what they've done to this guy.
It's actually not faking because the same thing actually happened yesterday at Olive Garden. And the Olive Garden called the police on me.
Uh-huh.
And we verified and we got let go. No charges pressed. So
that's because you were lucky. He was so lucky with the whole Olive Garden incident. Actually, he did get charges pressed because he just wrapped something up. Was it yesterday or the day before, like I said, with the false reporting, because he did pull the fire alarm on December the 10th, the Olive Garden incident that is mentioned in this video, which was his yesterday. He did get charges, and he's still dealing with that sort of stuff now. So he's actually lying when he says there wasn't any charges. But he's actually been running really well, considering if it was anybody else, the amount of charges or jail time you'd get for the incident after incident after incidents from him, it's incredible.
we came here. I'm here. Okay. And now the same bullshit stuff is going down where you've already verified the sponsorship because the meal's free. Here it is. The meal is free.
The meal is free because they want you to leave.
So,
And you're so lucky that they're telling you to leave.
and I have the
before
numbers
cops
to
show
prove
up.
it, so I will just prove the numbers as well when the police get here. Yeah, I'll wait for the police because I've already verified.
Okay.
I have FBI that works for like the company anyways.
FBI people work for Chicago? That's the dumbest shit I ever heard, bro.
I never said that. I said they work for our company.
All right. FBI?
Yeah. They work for our security. They do security for some of our events and investigations. And they're actually already investigating one of our harassment cases. And I mean, you can't get more proof than this being free for the sponsorship, and there's no faking the sponsorship. You guys told me I was filming and asked me to leave, and under company policy, I'm told not to, and to thank you guys. You guys are
Under company policy, they've been telling him not to leave, so he has an out. He's not taking it because the trolls are telling him to stay. Can you believe this?
You guys told me I was filming and asked me to leave, and under company policy, I'm told not to, and to thank you guys. You guys are trying to screw our public image.
That don't even make no sense.
Why would you do that, Robert? Why would you do that?
Like, I was just trying to say thank you.
You're welcome. Can you leave?
Not now, because you called the police. So legally, we have to wait. Because
Actually, he's actually right on that one. Like when it's actually typically it's worse for you if you leave when the police has been called on you, because then that's just a whole nother charge. So he's actually right on that one where yes, you should stay once the police are called on you, because then you don't want to be hit with a fleeing the scene charge, right?
well, if I leave, you see what I mean?
Then you don't get trespassed.
Then I don't get trespassed, but at the same time, you guys already said on video that that was your guys' doing.
Okay.
Is all hell? Yeah, pretty much. This
I mean, it sounds like you guys don't want me filming, which, I mean, that's okay, but, like, literally, we're just trying, as our company, to say thank you. I mean, and like I said, I'm in training, so I'm on, like, calls from long distance. It's not my fault there was a miscommunication earlier about location.
that don't even make no sense.
I mean, you guys could call off the police. I mean,
Nah, I think we'll let it pass. Won't be the first time this month.
I mean that's your decision, and my decision is to stay. It sounds like you guys want to do this for your own publicity too, because you found out that I work for a major corporation. Oh, I just
Really?
did you guys catch that?
He's so delusional.
They're doing it for their own publicity. Wow.
And he's so serious.
As soon as they
too.
found out I worked for the major corporation, Columbia Records, and I'm dating Grace Vanderwall, as soon as they were on the phone with Rick Yorn, because I saw them on the phone, then they come over here and start trolling. Wow.
I cannot believe this is happening.
And I saw the manager on the phone as well with Rick. the CEO of.
That was him on the phone with 911.
Before that, like long before that.
He's standing on business.
I mean, he was looking straight at me. I was looking straight at him.
People have been calling him.
And then he, and
People have been calling him complaining about you all night.
that's not my fault. I'm just famous. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so the typical setup here is that whenever he goes to a restaurant and he either names it or gives away where his location is, people will call the restaurant and complain about him, say their opinions on Daniel Larson, which is almost always negative. All types of stuff happens with the phones at these poor restaurants that Daniel Larson tries to go live at. So pretty much they just want him to leave because their phone lines probably have been clogged by people talking all sorts of smack, shit, dragging, slagging Daniel Larson off, and they're just sick of it. This is the reason why they just wanted the guy to leave, but he's staying there for like no reason. Want him to work in the back? Peeling potatoes, washing dishes.
Yesterday, actually, I was at Olive Garden, and the managers did a similar thing where they started going crazy off my publicity after they paid for my meal for the same thing, a sponsorship. As soon as these businesses find out that I'm on sponsorship and I work for these companies, they start trolling. So we are now filming for proof. We were going to be nice and say thank you, but it looks like you guys wanted publicity. So you guys start going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that sounds like that's your own fault. Whew. Changing the story now.
All right, let me see what happens when they come back. Okay, so at this point, they come back again to try and get him out.
Actually film if I work for a major corporation and they want it for safety. Especially if I'm a celebrity. I don't have one, sorry.
He's live streaming. He's not going to admit that.
I can live stream and yeah, I don't have one, so yeah.
Do they know you have a caretaker on your life?
I don't even have one.
Okay.
I've never had one.
You don't have a sponsorship.
He does and has had caretakers, so to speak. More of a support workers. I believe the last one, once again, was Riva, was a support worker of Daniel Larson. But he's had a few over the past years. After he left the Tennyson Center, and then his grandmother passed away. I would say it's been downhill ever since his grandmother passed away. But what he has had, I guess you could describe them as caretakers, but really they're case managers. Riva was the last one. Before that, it was Ian. Before that, it was Kelly. Before that, Jody. Before that, Andrew. And before that, Jonas. Daniel Larson has fired these people for like the most fickle of reasons.
I do. And I actually, like I said yesterday, the same thing happened where the police showed up and I showed proof. And it ended up actually ending up with the other employee getting fired at the other location, at Olive Garden.
That's not true. That's actually really not true.
And because I'm a celebrity, I can film for my protection. Like I said, that's my legal right.
Celebrity, right? Yeah, he's a celebrity. He's famous. I was about to ask you, what's your YouTube so I can look it up?
I'm not saying right now.
Really? You really want to talk.
I don't
Did,
have to. Sorry.
I know you don't have to.
did you say Bob Proctor?
I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Probably in your best interest before the cops get here.
I'm not doing that.
Because the Google search tells everything about what happened at Olive Garden. Everybody knows what happened actually.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen here tonight. I promise you that. You're not going to jail.
I'm not pulling a fire alarm.
I promise you, you're not.
The reason actually, the reason why I pulled the fire alarm yesterday was actually because of another issue. There was actually a security risk for our security.
And what was this? So you put it?
That was already handled, and I'm not going into that. I'm not going to be harassed.
Is he serious right now?
Yeah. Thank you.
I can't
But I'm
believe
not going to be
this.
harassed.
Well. Is that a chef? That was a line cook. The line cook is this guy right here. That's been talking to him. That's the line cook. The line cook's actually being, just straight up with this guy. Like, he's not taking any bullshit.
Search tells everything about what happened at Olive Garden. Everybody knows what happened actually.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen here tonight. I promise you that. You're not going to jail.
I'm not pulling a fire alarm.
I promise you, you're not.
The reason actually, the reason why I pulled the fire alarm yesterday was actually because of another issue.
Yeah, it's always
There was actually a
security.
security risk for our security.
And what was this? So
Sure.
you put it?
That was already handled, and I'm not going into that. I'm not going to be harassed.
About to handle it.
Yeah. Thank you. But I'm not going to be harassed.
Yeah, I try and be as accurate as ever, but yeah, that was the line cook. When this establishment isn't bad at all, and they gave Daniel so many outs, they just wanted him to leave, but he just would not leave because he's listening to the trolls. All right, let's see. Let's go forward a little bit more. So okay, is that the cops now? Let's see. Who is this, or is that the manager? Give me a second here.
I realize that we're just trying to be nice and do company marketing for the entire company. And I'm just doing what I'm being asked. I'm sorry.
Take it, please.
Hello.
Hey, Daniel.
Hi.
So I think they comped your meal and they wanted to ask you to leave.
Yeah, so
It is the cop.
I work I'm in training. This is my third day working for LBI Entertainment and Columbia Records. I've had the police called on me all 3 days. Okay.
It appears that they've asked you to leave multiple times this evening.
Right, and
Very politely.
they did,
Okay, what does that have to do with who you work with?
because my CEO, okay, is friends with the CEO of this corporation.
That's great. Your CEO can figure that out at another time. Okay, the manager has asked you very nicely multiple times to leave today. Okay, they've even comped your food for you. All right,
Yeah.
So what we're gonna
The
do
reason
is-
why they comp my food is because of the sponsorship.
Okay, that's great. So
Bullshit.
we're done here tonight.
No worries, Marie. It's all good. I can always mute or clip out or do something.
They want you to leave, so I'm going to ask you to please step up nicely, okay, so we can leave and do this very nicely and kindly, okay?
Alrighty,
Sound good?
I can do that.
Okay.
The reason why they asked me to leave was because I was filming, but because I'm a celebrity, I can film for my own protection.
Okay. You know, but when a restaurant asks you to
And
do
then they
something-
started filming me too.
Okay, but didn't we have an incident in our city last night as well with something like this?
Yeah, because I get
sir.
harassed everywhere I go, and we're not putting up with that.
Okay, but did last night, did you pull a fire alarm?
Yes, because there was a security risk that breached my own security and my safety.
So who's it? We are your security right now. Okay?
You are not my security.
We are going to be escorting you off the premises, all right? We're going to make sure that nothing happens.
You guys are cops. You guys are cops. You're not my security. There's a difference.
All right. Let's go ahead and let's stand up, grab your stuff. Okay, come on.
Okay. Give me room. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
All right, here we go.
Why don't you have a seat for me right here?
I will right there.
Right there. Sit down right there for me, Daniel.
Okay.
Okay? There we go. I'll take trespass notice if you want to do. They got it. Cool. You good with that, boss? Yeah. Okay.
I can only imagine they wouldn't be as tolerant with me as they are with Daniel Larson, especially knowing what he did last night, the incident at IHOP where he pulled the fire alarm, lost that business. So much patronage was lost to that business.
This happens every single day wherever I go. And I have been told by the CEO of Columbia Records, Rick Yorn, and the entire Vanderwall family, for the singer-songwriter Grace Vanderwall, that we're no longer putting up with harassment and I'm to film everywhere I go for my own safety, because this happens every single day. I get harassed.
Well, who was harassing you?
The managers. I have over
Exactly,
over an hour and a half of
True
content
bourgeois.
of straight up harassment from the employees saying they watch my videos, that this was the sponsorship. They admitted to that. And then they straight up admitted that they can film me and I can film them, which that's correct.
In Old Chicago? We're talking about in Old Chicago.
Yes,
right?
yes. The employees were filming me. I was filming them.
Okay.
So that's completely fine. They're filming me right now. But so they don't want me filming, but they can film me.
Yeah, that's the whole
That's
point.
not right.
Well, and you understand,
business.
Daniel, why we're here, correct?
Right.
I understand why you're here because they asked me to leave.
Right. It's a private establishment. If they don't want to serve someone based on a legitimate reason, and in this case because of the behavior and the requests
Well,
to go,
true.
right? And you have to understand too, Daniel, it's not normal for most customers, for any customers really, to come into an establishment and then to start to film other people in the establishment. That's not what people
I wasn't filming other people in the establishment. I was filming me trying to compliment the employees for their service as company policy for the major corporation, because I'm like in the top 8 people.
Oh wow, Buzz! I didn't even know you were from Argentina. That's pretty cool. Always comes in my head the Madonna song, "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina."
At Columbia Records. So they wanted me to film
Argentina is a place that I want to actually visit one day.
just to say thank you and send the proof in to Columbia Records.
Do you have the contact information for that person?
Actually, the police wrote it down yesterday and verified everything.
Okay. Did we? And who is the person? What's the name of the boss?
Rick Yorn.
Rick Yorn.
He's LBI Entertainment, and then there's a CEO of Columbia Records, because they're 2 different companies. Columbia Records is Rob Stringer.
Okay. We got that information yesterday when we contacted you at the
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So.
And I already have investigations going on.
He does indeed.
Other
Multiple.
locations that Columbia Records and LBI Entertainment have already started. So there's already investigations that they have gotten started. So there should be documents that prove.
Did you come into Old Chicago to investigate them?
No, I came into Olive Garden as a normal person, a normal celebrity, because I'm a music artist. I'm dating Grace Vanderwall. Okay. I tried to come into the restaurant, eat my meal, and then because of the sponsorship that Columbia Records and the Vanderwall family and LBI Entertainment, all of them have with Old Chicago, gets us free meals.
Okay, and they know that.
And they know that. So they gave
They don't know that, and that's a lie. He doesn't get free meals.
me this for free.
Okay.
And then after that, they said, okay, we're going to have to ask you to leave because we're also getting phone calls that you are filming. So I tell them that I am filming because I also want to say thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And then they started filming me, the employees in there. Okay. And then they started trolling immediately when they found out that I had the sponsorship.
Okay, I'm sorry. Trolling?
Trolling, yes.
Trolling? They were trolling you?
Yes. They started like doing like they were joking around. They started like going like, oh, I watch your videos all the time. And it escalated from like just a normal level.
He is so delusional. They didn't say it like that. They said that they Googled him and they saw what he did, especially last night at Olive Garden. They didn't want their fire alarm pulled because they literally saw him do it at Olive Garden last night. It's all over the internet. But he's twisting it and pulling it as if, they're just fans and stands and they maybe want his autograph. No. They're wary of you. They gave you the free food because they wanted you to leave. But in his delusional head, the free food meant that there's an actual deal there. This is what the whole thing is. They shouldn't have come to him that meal. I get it that as a manager, you don't want the ambiance to get ruined by some guy coming into Old Chicago and pulling the fire alarm. But still, not because the manager has come to his meal, he now thinks this is actually a legitimate thing between LBI Entertainment
to 180.
and Old Chicago.
As soon as they found out that I had the sponsorship and they paid for my meal. Just because I'm popular.
Okay. It sounds kind of complicated.
It is. Like if I was, for example, Rob Stringer, the CEO of Columbia Records, going into any restaurant, they would call ahead of time and they would book like a reservation and they would go in. Okay.
Sure, because he's the big boss.
He's the big boss.
He's the big boss.
I'm 8 people under that.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this, Daniel. You went into Olive Garden just to eat a meal.
Yes.
Right? Did you come to Old Chicago just to eat a meal as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And both times
you go to these places because they're supported, or they support.
They're under
Records and
yes.
Is it, you said LBI?
Yes, they're under they're all under sponsorships.
Yeah, they are sponsored.
Yes.
They have sponsorships.
It's like you go to like an iHeartRadio concert and then they say that they sponsor. That's why.
Okay.
I'm a music artist under Columbia Records.
He thinks so highly
So
of
let me ask you a
himself.
question. Are there other places in Lakewood that you're planning on going to?
I live in Denver. Like I live in the Denver area.
Okay.
And Columbia Records has told me part of the issue right now is because they are based out of New York and Los Angeles. And I'm in Colorado. They're still, and like I said, I'm on day 3 of training. So I'm just starting with the company.
And you're training to do what?
I'm training to work for the Vanderwall family because I'm dating them. So I am going from my current publicity level.
He's not even clear what he's training for. He doesn't even know.
To working for like a celebrity that is already, been working for the company for a long time.
What will be your job for the Vanderwalls? This training is going to train you to do what for the Vanderwalls?
Anything that, because I'm dating. So, it would be anything they want. Like if they want me to go into a restaurant and then order, and then they are like, we want to have everything on the table ready. So when we come in, we can eat real fast and then leave. So we're not like wasting time because of how popular they are. They don't want security breaches. Then that would be one of my jobs. Okay. Then they're also having, they had 4 security guards that have also flown out from Los Angeles, New York City, South Carolina.
What?
And one from Arizona. They've all flown out to Denver, and I actually booked a online application for an apartment because I am currently homeless. So I'm moving into the apartment in the next like 2 weeks.
So you'd almost be like a scheduling manager. A scheduling manager, like if they're coming out.
I would
you would kind of do the groundwork for them to come out.
That's
Get a
They
place
know
to
he's
speak, get a place to
soft.
stay,
I would
like a
do
scheduling manager.
right, and I would be doing like
Yo, this cop is so patient. Don't what? Okay, this was December the 11th, right? What day is December the 11th last year? Because typically it's December. Doesn't he have a lot of calls to get to? This was a Monday. A Monday in and around the Denver, Boulder, Colorado area. This cop is taking his sweet ass time to talk to somebody who's delusional, clearly delusional, and instead of resolving the situation, going to the next incident, he's talking like this.
because
I would never get this amount of time. They would hauling my ass in the cop car.
I'm dating the Vanderwall. I'm dating Grace. Okay.
How long have you been dating Grace?
For let's see, ever since 2020.
He probably
So
has
you've
the
been dating
heart,
Grace for 3
really.
years?
Yes.
Where does Grace live?
She lives in New York City and Kansas. She's got like multiple houses. And she's also got a house in South Carolina.
All right, Bourgeois B says someone needs to please you. You're in need. Is it because of the holidays? Is it because of Daniel Larson? Because he seems to be getting pleased a lot.
So
He seems to be running good.
if she lives out there and the Vanderwalls are out there, why can't they train you out there? Why do you have to be here by yourself?
Because prior to the 3 days that I am working now for the Vanderwalls and Columbia Records and LBI Entertainment, I've been dealing with hate crimes against me because of my publicity, because I didn't have security in public. I am now on a year probation and can't travel at this time. So instead,
You're victimized and you can't travel?
yes, because I ended up pleading guilty because I did actually put hands on a fan without security there and without
What?
police.
Oh, out in New York?
In Colorado. That was
I would be gone.
last year, and I pleaded guilty to that this year. And so I'm on a year probation.
Oh, okay. So you're on probation, so you can't leave. Okay.
Yes.
And then you're planning on going back out there probation and you're done with training.
Right. I'm actually scheduled to go on a UK tour at the end of 2024.
Okay.
And so, yes. And then I am also, if you know Morgan Wallen, the country singer,
Mm-hmm.
I am working on a collaboration with him that is being set up. So I'm going to go from my level where I am now by the end of 2024 to that level.
Okay.
And that's why they want me to film everywhere I go, is because since I'm on probation and since I'm already dealing with harassment from people, and
Really?
I mean, there's already investigations going on. The Vanderwalls have decided that they are going to temporarily move to Colorado.
Oh, they're moving out here.
Yes.
Well, they're probably not going to move. They're like going to stay out here.
They're going to stay out here. Yeah. And they're booking like similar to how because I told you that they have like 3+ houses.
Mm.
They're going to book a house out here as well.
So
Dates and hard cheese.
when you
That's
go
the dates.
to these places that are sponsored by LBI,
Yes.
and I'm trying to help you because I don't want you to continue to get tickets,
Right.
right? I know you don't want that. I don't want that. For you.
What would probably be best is, and I can talk to Rick Yorn about all this, and I can talk to Rob Stringer, the other CEO.
And we have their information from the call.
Yes.
Last night.
I can call them and ask them if they can notify a business before I go in.
Yeah, I mean that would probably.
It sounds like
That would make a lot of sense.
getting to that level to where I would need to move up to that type of.
Right, because every time we go into a business like Old Chicago or Olive Garden, or Wendy's,
They have the right to
M&M,
refuse.
They do. Now, nobody in Lakewood's going to refuse you if you just walk into a place and you just ask them for service.
Right.
But what may tend to happen, like it's happened the past couple nights, if people, for whatever reason, start to feel uncomfortable,
then they can call 911.
Or they'll tell the manager, and then the manager will ask you to leave.
True, Ziggy.
Right.
Now, there'd be an easy way to alleviate it. If they ask you to leave,
Your name is Maeve, like Queen Maeve. I actually like the Queen Maeve character from The Boys. Unfortunately, I've been rest in peace to the actor who played one of the stars in the spin-off called Gen V. It's very sad that I heard he passed away. Chance Perdermo, Gen V star, 27 years old. He's now a proud member of the 27 Club, but he passed away in March, I believe, through a motorcycle incident. That is so unfortunate to like starring in a very good series, be one of the front runners in that series, and to lose your life like that. It's actually pretty sad. That's legit your name, Maeve? Okay, we'll call you Queen Maeve from now on.
and you leave, there's no issue.
Right.
Right? Obviously. So this has happened twice now in 2 nights.
Yes, and there were police called 3 nights ago too that ended up not doing anything.
Okay.
But it's been
Right.
3 nights in a row.
Right, 3 nights in a row. And now that you're on the radar, so to speak,
Right.
Either with businesses or with us, I can just be completely transparent with you. When we hear the name Daniel Larson refusing to leave a business,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get a ticket.
Right.
Because
I'm already on radar.
Well, correct. And if you haven't been explained the idea of how to successfully negotiate being in businesses, and once they ask you to leave, you need to leave and you don't do that,
Right.
then the only remedy that we really have to try to get you to understand is write you a ticket so that you don't do it again.
Right.
Which I don't want for you.
I don't want that either. I'm like
So-
I said, in training, and I'm just doing everything.
I don't know. This cop seems like a sweetheart. He doesn't want that for him because he knows he won't be able to pay the ticket, right? It's kind of like when people are homeless and then they keep getting tickets, like what's happening in NYC for sleeping on the train. That's like $100 fine. If you're a homeless person, where the hell are you gonna find $100 to pay that fine and fee? It's kind of like, even for me, I would think $100 is a pretty good amount of money. For me to pay that fine, I'd be like, yeah, maybe I won't do it again. But some people just they don't have anything, especially when you're homeless, and to keep repeatedly finding homeless people, and then if they don't pay, they miss their court dates. You put them in jail. It's a very harsh cycle to get out of.
Thing by phone call.
Right.
And so it's like I'm getting a phone call and they're like, you need to go up to the manager right now and tell them thank you on video so we have proof. And because for a major artist and everything is publicity, everything is public image. And so they want proof. They don't want police contact like this. So they're pissed off right now.
The other thing that you can do, or that Mr. Yorn can do, is
Right.
you can call us. You can call the police department. And if he has questions or if he can corroborate the information, right?
That would be
That will-
extremely helpful too.
That would be helpful. Now, it isn't going to change
Like
fact
the fact that I have a
it's
ticket,
illegal.
right?
Well, and it's not going to change the fact if you go into a business or you
Mhm.
go into a restaurant or you go somewhere to get something to eat or to do business.
If
with
they
them,
refuse,
if
they
they
have the
refuse
right to
service or ask
refuse.
you to leave, you have to leave.
Right.
And that's what we need. That's what we need to make sure that we are on the same page with, because none of us want to hassle you. Nobody wants to continue to give you tickets. You seem like a nice guy, so obviously you're cooperative with us. We have no reason to
Right.
be indignant with you. We just want to help you make better decisions so that you don't get caught in these trick bags of ending up getting these tickets all the time, because you're going to have to go to court.
Right.
And that's going to inconvenience you. So I just want to make sure that we understand each other as far as when you're going into businesses. If they ask you to leave, you just need to leave. And if we get called, right,
Then
I think you understand now where you stand, at least with Lakewood.
right.
We're probably going to have to take a no tolerance policy, because I know now for sure
That
that
you
we've explained this to you.
right, and
Yeah.
you know me and I know you
Correct.
now. Right.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. All right, Daniel. First thing, it's going to be a trespass notice. I think you got one from Olive Garden yesterday. Do you have a current mailing address or home address?
I would do the Denver homeless shelter. It is 2323 Curtis. Yep.
Oh, I feel sad for him because, this is really troll fueled. And I hate that the trolls would do this to him, even though he has his own issues. And I know about his issues, the assaults he's done on Bob and his mom. And I know about his, blatant PDF file activities. But still, the reason he's in this position is because of trolls. Do I feel sorry for him? Somewhat. But to look at it overall, I think he needs to understand that he does need help. He needs to understand that he does need somebody to take care of him so that he doesn't get into these positions. You know what, Ziggy? I think you're right. He's attention seeking. He believes the trolls, or he hopes it's true. You fill his head up that he's a celebrity, that he's dating Grace Vanderwall, he'll believe you. And that is part of the problem.
80205. 80205.
So it's exactly like the one yesterday. Just going to be you're not allowed to come here for 1 year to this old Chicago establishment, okay?
And then I have another court date.
Yeah. So it should be, I would assume, the next day after UN County. Should just be the next day after the one from Olive Garden. So,
okay.
Do you have any questions on the actual trespass notice part of this? It basically means you can't show up, and if you do, you should be
I don't.
trespassing. Okay.
I don't.
All right. You want to sign here for me? Thank you. Should just be that middle one right there.
And then
it's 12:11.
11, 20, 23.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome. Get your copy.
One more thing before you go,
Big
Daniel, all
facts.
right?
Sure.
Okay, so this is the actual ticket. All right.
Okay.
This is the trespassing ticket. Now, there's a few things that are a little bit different from what you received yesterday.
Right.
This is a Lakewood Municipal summons. Okay.
Okay.
Down here's your information of where you need to go, what time, and what date. All right.
Okay.
And this is trespassing. It's the same concept, you not being here, but this is an actual summons. This is the what he gave you is the notification to not come back for a year.
Okay.
Okay. So right here on the X, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. And sign there. That is basically just stating that you understand that you have a court date at that location on that date at that time.
Yeah, I will say 100% he does have mental processing issues.
Okay.
Okay, and I will give you a copy of that. There's also a phone number on there if you need to call for any type of questions that they could potentially help you with.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Okay, let me give you a copy, sir.
Here's your copy of that trespass notice, okay, Daniel?
Thank you.
Daniel, where are you headed tonight, buddy?
Because I'm on the street, there's really no plan other than just being on the street
There's
tonight.
your copy right there.
Last night I stayed in Golden.
Exactly, as well.
Tonight, probably, a shelter would be nice, but with my publicity, I don't want them getting spam called just because somebody spots me there.
Does Mr. Yorn not have the ability to send you some cash to be able to just have a room?
We are trying to set that up, but just like anything, it is a process. I am in talks with him about setting it up, though.
I mean, they sound like they would probably have the means to do that to help you. So
Part of the issue as well, like I said, there's already several investigations going on. My side of my family, not the Vanderwalls, but my side of my family, and my friends didn't believe for 3 years that I was on contract, and it was creating conflict, and that's part of the reason why I became homeless. I said I had a job, they wouldn't believe me. My family had my bank account
Really?
routing number. And so when I called them up and was like, I want my bank routing number, they refused to give it to me, stuff like that. And so for like 2 years straight leading up to this year, that was going on. So like I said, I'm really in day 3 of us like really cutting down and trying to get to business. And the fan base was out of control.
I
And
can't
so
believe
people
this.
for like 3 years straight would just harass like they were doing, where it's like, you can't
I
film.
cannot.
And then they would get out their phones and start filming. And it's like, you want to film, but you know, like they're copying, and then they call the police and they harass and they say you're trespassed. And it's like a game of power. And that's not fair for me. And so as far as Columbia Records go and LBI and the Vanderwalls, because this is only day 3 of my training and really, like I said, getting down to
Is he in a safe area? I've been taking a look at his YouTube, because currently this is only YouTube means of communication he has through social media. And he is not in the best shape. He's still homeless. He says he has court on Monday, and he's trying to get some issues resolved. So right now he's still on the streets. He keeps saying that Bob isn't answering, but then again, would you answer if somebody keeps threatening you repeatedly, and then when they're in trouble, they message you, and then if you don't answer in, I don't know, within a split second, they curse you out again? Like, it's a lot of stuff that I don't think Bob needs at this point in time. But pretty much 14 hours ago, he said, I'm about to get my own house. But don't believe that. I think it's the trolls again. The trolls really have him in a certain mindset, and it's sad to see, but to some people this is entertainment, and this is why they're doing it. He is a parasite to Bob. Bob has spent tens of thousands of dollars on him, and in return, Bob has been yelled at, Bob has been told off, Bob has been berated for the nastiest of things. Yeah, he's a complete parasite to that man.
the entire core of like really cutting down on things, people still think that they can get away with stuff. And like I said, they didn't start really trolling and coming at me. I even have it on film where one of the employees, like immediately after they said, okay, the sponsorship is good, you're free to go. 2 of the other employees came in, or was already in the restaurant, right? But came up to me from the opposite direction and like straight up said, if you come back in this store, we will forcefully move you out. And forcefully means that they could put hands on me and push me out.
But nobody did that.
And nobody did that. But then I was like, whoa, if you're going to put hands on me, like, I'm not doing anything. And so it's that type of trolling. And like I said, immediately when they found out that the sponsorship was real and there was actually a thing, because they went back and then they were checking that it's actually a thing. They came back out and then said, you're clear, you're free to go.
Well, like I said, for your sake, if Mr. Yorn, can get a hold of somebody at the PD, that would be great. That would help to kind of shore up just some corroborating information that you
We're right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You seem pretty resourceful. Are you good?
I'm great.
Okay. So you can't be here, but you're obviously free to go wherever it is that you need to go. Light rail's right across the way.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Good luck.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
And just making sure you're aware. I'm sure you are, but you do have that Denver warrant.
I am aware. I wasn't able to get down there today because just where my current location is. And I did go to Jefferson County and notify my probation officer about yesterday.
Good job. We appreciate you being cooperative, okay? Let's not have another incident like this tonight where people are asking you to leave and then we have to come back and I'm sure my sergeant explained a few things to you.
Right. If you guys come back, it's going to only escalate things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You don't
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. All right. We're going to let you go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, so let's see. After this, he walks off. I think he talks a little bit of shit, and then he goes along his merry way. Let's see what he says, and we'll wrap this up.
All right.
Very attention
Okay.
seeking.
I'm just gonna stay live for extra protection. And we weren't ready for all of that tonight, but that's besides the point. Third and Lincoln. Are you
Like I
going to
said,
Lincoln? Okay.
I feel kind of bad for him, but then I kind of feel not bad for him. It really depends. I just hate that the trolls do this. Yeah, let's talk about that. Living in a decent boarding house but creating chaos, so he was booted. The last time he was in housing was just over 2 weeks ago and he got kicked out. Before that, I think he was in housing a month and a half before that, and he got kicked out because wherever he goes, he creates a nuisance and or he manipulates people and then they boot him out. I've never seen Daniel Larson within the last few months stay in some sort of boarding or shelter for more than like maybe a week or two, and then that's it. He always causes some sort of drama or chaos.
Okay.
Constantly creating drama and chaos, this one.
Super difficult to do anything when people aren't clear. I mean, especially when there's like multiple employees, like Tina, Grace, Rick Yorn, and then Rob Stringer, when they're all messaging all at once. And then I get a call, and then the other person calls and then is like, you need to call me, when two CEOs call each other and both of them get angry. I understand that things need to get done and we're behind schedule, and I understand they're upset because I mean, we're 3 years in now. I understand. But like, holy cow. Like, things need to calm down. I mean, I agree with the police. It's time things de-escalate, and the only way we're going to really sort things out is if we have more. I mean, it's not 100% our lives. I mean, other people have.
How many pairs of shoes does he go through in a year? I think he just like sticks to whatever shoes he has, whatever jeans he has on his person. Like he doesn't go through a lot of clothes.
Have rights too.
I mean, like in terms of like he doesn't like to buy new clothes. What he usually spends his money on is eating out at different restaurants.
And it's not about power at all. I mean, if it comes down to safety, and I mean, yeah, if the security or employees or whatever threaten will put hands on you, then I guess, yeah, that is a safety concern. And then at that point, yeah, you need to stand your ground. But like, I mean, the police are right. If businesses don't want us filming, then it's best to listen to that. I mean,
All right, great.
Rick
Daniel.
told me not to leave because of the fact that they started like trolling. They wanted proof of the trolling for court. They wanted that so we can actually have proof of the trolling to help my other cases clear, which I mean is understandable. But yeah, I mean, now I have a new charge. I have a new court date.
A new
It is
problem.
what it is. And
All right, checking up on Daniel Larson. He has posted 2 videos, 2 new ones today, since it's April the 5th. I'll probably do those in a video. He's still active on his community tab. He's talking about buying Bitcoin again after earlier, I think 2-3 hours before that, saying that he has to sell Bitcoin. Like he's so back and forth.
yeah, I wasn't gonna read their numbers out on live. I wasn't gonna dox people. Especially if they already have that in their system, they should already know. So I also find it weird that the same police officers come back out. Not trying to, you know, troll the police or anything, but I do find that kind of weird that it's always the same police. Paramedics, same paramedics. Like, I understand I'm in their database, but when it's the same cops, same police officers, I mean, you end up knowing everybody. I mean, they were nice, and I appreciate them. I appreciate their patience. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
You think he'd know where to get the bus to go back to Golden? And if he doesn't know, he has internet. He's streaming right now. So he has internet. He could easily just Google where to take the bus to go back to Golden, rather than just like randomly asking bus drivers and whatnot. Is he cold where he is? He's in the Denver, Boulder, Golden, Colorado area. So yes, it is extremely cold there. Especially that time of month in December. December the 11th would be pretty cold.
There is a red car that keeps following me. I don't think they're a threat. They do keep following me, though. I would like to know the reason why. You know, if they will talk to me, I will talk to them. I don't want escalation. I would just like to know the reason why. I am a nice person, but they are following me. And I don't like that. I don't like people who follow. But, I mean, I hate to say it, but that is also their legal right. They can follow. And I've already been through that with the police.
It's not technically somebody's legal right to be able to follow you. It's actually illegal if they are following you without, a legal reason. Kind of like I wouldn't want to be followed around by somebody repeatedly for no reason because they just want to follow me. Yeah, I remember this whole red car incident. At this point in time in December, he kept on how do I put it? He kept on pointing out cars, like cars, typically red cars, that they were following in him and they were doing it repeatedly. There is actually some truth in that. There were people at times following him in and around the areas that he was staying in. That is itself true, but he would point out like the most random cars, maybe because the cars are going in the same areas he's going into, and then he would state that they're following him.
They're just watching. I'm not going to run towards the car, guys.
Thank you, American
I'm just
Girl.
being
Appreciate
cautious.
you. Thank you so much.
Everything's okay. I mean, same red car, and I don't know if it's the same car that the police pulled over yesterday, but something is going on. I mean, they're just pulling over there and sitting down watching. Like, what? Like, I'm not trying to... Let me see. Jesus, Daniel, and you need to read your text. Rick Yorn, ambushing. Yeah, I see the text. Now's not really the time for that.
Why is he running?
I mean,
Is it because he thinks the car is following him?
yeah, there's the red car. Like, what are they doing? They were following me in Golden. They're following me here. They're just pulled in down there.
Interesting.
Like, what? They have Grace. Red car.
Yeah, I would say this is more paranoia. I'll look back. I do recall because I made a video about this that there were actual cars following him, but I'm not really sure if it was this specific red car. I'll look back though.
What is going on? Guys, now's not the time in the group chat to be saying that. I need the police to come back. I'm gonna need the police to come back.
All right, let me check right now. What happened on this day? Yo, I guess he was right. That car was following him. All right, people, that was the end. He turned off the live stream abruptly, and that is it. I think maybe I'll do the Walgreens incident another time, along with give very current, up to date Daniel Larson news right now because he's still posting on his YouTube channel. I gotta check if he ever has made another TikTok because that's another means of communication he uses is TikTok, which also earns him money. So he also likes that. But thank you for watching this. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, people. Smash that like button, subscribe if you want to, and I am out. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Bye bye.